If you're a fan of the Raiders, then you need to subscribe to the Raiders Report. Free videos literally every single day around your favorite team. If you are a fan of the Raiders Report and you haven't subscribed yet, believe it or not, 55% of the people that watch these videos aren't subs. So support the show. It helps me out a lot. It's literally how I pay my bills. Please go ahead, hit that big red button that says subscribe.
No matter the location, from OAKLA to LV, I'm a Raider.
Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. Today's show, I'm breaking down the top 5 best contracts on the Las Vegas Raiders as we enter the 2021 season. If you haven't already, you got to go check out Magic Spoon. They're sponsoring today's show. If you're trying to find healthy cereal that's got 13 grams of protein per bowl, head on over to magicspoon.com/Raiders. That link is available for y'all in the comments and in the description. Seriously, you need to go try it. We're going to go from 5 and work our way all the way down to 1. The 5th best contract entering the 2021 season, it's Casey Hayward, who is a cornerback. His current contract, 1 year, $2.5 million. Every single player that you're going to see on today's show, I'm going to tell you their current contract. I'm going to tell you how much that cap hit's going to be in 2021, and basically how much that either ranks among all the NFL positions in terms of how good the deal is, right? So $2.5 million, that's pretty impressive, but he is the 64th highest paid cornerback in the 2021 season. He's a lot better than the 64th best cornerback overall. One of the biggest reasons, though, why I decided to go Hayward and over certain other players is because of not only does he know the Gus Bradley system, but he's been very good in the Gus Bradley system. Here are his stats the last 5 years. 2016 was an absolute just crazy year. 20 pass breakups, 7 INTs. I'm realistically going to look at probably the more recent seasons, 2020, 2019. I get the idea that he's getting up there in age because, let's face it, he is. But the Raiders wanted a veteran cornerback. They wanted somebody that could help teach some of these younger guys. And instead of spending big-time dollars on maybe somebody like Richard Sherman, they went a cheaper route with somebody who knows the defense, I'd say even better than Richard Sherman. Here's what Mike Mayock had to say on Casey Hayward a few weeks ago. The whole key to him, veteran corner, true pro, the kids in the room are going to look up to him. He works hard at it every single day, so he'll be good for them on and off the field, and we're excited to have him. Here's what Casey Hayward had to say on Gus Bradley's scheme. I fit the Raiders perfect. I know the scheme like the back of my hand. I've played in it the last 4 years. That's why I decided to put Hayward in my top 5, simply because he's a good player, leader on and off the field, and he helps probably the biggest weakness of this team going into the year, which was the secondary. But what I want you guys to do now is let me know down in the comments section, and you know what? I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. So every single person that comes across this video on YouTube, you're going to get hit with the YouTube ad break. You might as well scroll on down, answer this question while the ad is playing. All right, we're going to go to number 4 on our list of the Raiders' best contracts entering the 2021 season. Hunter Renfrow, and I love me some Hunter Renfrow. I mean, if you're talking about a dude where if you'd walk by him at a grocery store, if you walk by him on a sidewalk and he were to look at you and be like, hey, I play in the NFL, I might laugh at you a little bit. But you know what? This guy gets it done. 4-year deal, $2.84 million. In 2021, he's got a $927,000 cap hit. In terms of highest paid wide receivers, right? He is ranked 314th highest paid wide receiver based on the contract average over those 4 years. That's pretty damn impressive to me, right? But at 5'10", 185, the thing that Hunter does so well is he's a great route runner, solid hands, picks up tough first downs, but especially in zone defenses, the thing that he doesn't get nearly enough credit for is finding the open holes where he's running and he sees an open spot, gets to it, Derek hits him with the pass. Coming off a year with 56 grabs, that's impressive. And he's been impressive since the Raiders drafted him in 2019 out of Clemson. He was not a sexy pick, but you know what? The numbers that he's able to provide are very impressive. Targets over his first 2 seasons, 71, 77. Both of those 2 seasons, that's top 3 on the Raiders. 49 grabs, 56 grabs. Yards over 600, 6 total touchdowns, and then the first downs. But if you just want to look at last season and last season alone, I know we sit here and talk about Nelson Agholor being that wide receiver 1, and he was. But in terms of just reception leaders alone, Darren Waller's just a freak of nature, and I'll be honest, we're going to get to him in a second on today's show. But then you got Renfrow, 56 overall receptions, and you're paying him less than $1 million. That's great bang for your buck. The other reason why I had to put him on the show is because not only is he a good receiver, he's a reliable punt return man as well. And these numbers are skewed. If you didn't watch the Raiders this past season, Renfrow had like a 70-yard punt return that somehow got called back on a phantom holding call. He should have another 300. He should be over 300 yards. He should have a touchdown to this. But they rely on him to be a secure punt returner because he just simply doesn't turn the football over. Now, today's show is presented by Magic Spoon. We ask you guys a lot of questions, so you know what? I'm trying to figure out what's your favorite type of cereal flavor. If you think fruity, I want you to type F. Frosted, FR. Cocoa type C, peanut butter type P. If you don't know exactly how these flavors taste, think of fruity as like Fruit Loops, think of frosted as like Frosted Flakes, cocoa like Cocoa Puffs, peanut butter as like any kind of peanut butter cereal out there. But let me know down in the comments section. Luckily for you, you can get your hands on literally all 4 of these bad boys. All you got to do is go to magicspoon.com/Raiders. I've been on a real cocoa and peanut butter kick, and I've been telling people, you don't have to just buy peanut butter. You don't have to just buy cocoa. Be an intelligent human being and mix them together, pour them in there, and then you got yourself some Reese's Pieces, and it's a lot healthier for you. Low carb, only 4 grams of net carbs per bowl. High in protein, 13 grams. I mean, that's pretty impressive, actually. 2 bowls of this is like actually eating an entire protein shake after you get done working out. To be honest, I've been eating it before I go to bed, and I eat it even in the morning now because I just have to get my sweets in. In terms of all their awesome flavors, think of like all the amazing cereal that y'all had as a kid. Now just imagine a healthy version of that. I promise you, it tastes really good. Magic Spoon's also so confident that you're going to like it. 100% back guarantee. So if you get cereal, you don't like it, you can send it back and get your money back. That link is going to be available in the comments, in the description, magicspoon.com/Raiders. If you do get some of the cereal, send it to me on IG. I'd love to see what you guys got and be more than happy to put it on the show as well. At number 3 of my best contracts entering the 2021 season, it's the quarterback, Derek Carr. And when he signed his 5-year, $125 million deal, he was at that time the highest paid quarterback. Now, looking back on it, probably actually one of the better deals in the league. He's going to make $22.1 million with $0 million guaranteed in 2021, and then in 2022, $19.9 million with $0 million guaranteed. That $22.1 million mark in 2021, as it stands right now, he's the 8th highest paid quarterback, but you're going to see some other guys like Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, they're going to get new deals. Be honest, Baker Mayfield even might make more than that, which is kind of a crazy thought. And then in 22, making less than $20 million, considering the fact that you also don't have any million guaranteed as well. I bet you he's probably like 16th, 17th, 18th highest paid quarterback in 2022. I mean, that's pretty damn impressive if you ask me. But it's impressive because not only is he coming off his best year that he's ever had as a Raider, 4,103 yards, 27 touchdowns, 9 INTs. He gets better and better every single year in Jon Gruden's system. The one number that he definitely needs to improve upon is the fumbles, which that's going to happen. But anytime you're coming off a player who's coming off his best year ever and has the many years as he does underneath his belt, I mean, you're talking about a quarterback with 26,896 career passing yards, 170 touchdowns. I'm not going to say he's the greatest quarterback to ever play in the silver and black, but you know what? I definitely think he's top 3. Might even say that he's top 2. Derek Carr is a phenomenal player. Now, it's time to get into our top 2 players with the best Raiders contracts. Maxx Crosby at number 2. His deal, 4 years, $3.25 million. His cap hit in 2021 is going to be just a hair over $1 million. In case you guys are wondering, like, what point 1.05, that's usually what the vet minimum is if you end up bringing in a player like last season. That's what the Raiders paid Nelson Agholor. But the fact that this man is the 109th highest paid defensive end based on his contract average, that's impressive because I can tell you this. There ain't 108 players that are better than him at the defensive end position. No way, no shape about it. In 2019-2020, his first 2 years in the league, he's put up some pretty impressive numbers. If you want to talk about impressive numbers as a rookie, I believe there's only been like 9 players in NFL history to have over 40 tackles, double-digit sacks, and then also 4 forced fumbles. So that's pretty impressive considering the fact that a lot of those other guys like Javon Curse, already Hall of Famers. And then in 2020, he put up those type of numbers, and apparently he had a bad shoulder for like 10 games of the season. But regardless, when you talk about a career for a player who you drafted in the 4th round. I liked Maxx Crosby a lot coming out of college. And anybody don't believe me, go check out my Raiders grades videos from that draft. The highest grade I gave was to Crosby. However, nobody ever expected these type of productions. I mean, 17 sacks in 2 years for a dude drafted in the 4th round, that's impressive. If you're asking me how impressive has Maxx Crosby been since that 2019 draft, a total of 93 pressures. That is the most in the entire 2019 class. So all those players that got drafted ahead of him, he's got the most pressures in the entire league. How about the 17 sacks? Also, most in the 2019 class. I'm not going to say he was the best edge player that came out of that class. I'm still going to give it to Nick Bosa. He's been battling some injuries. But the other part about being a great player in the NFL is being able to stay healthy. So something to think about. In terms of the 17 sacks, not just in that 2019 class, I'm talking the entire NFL. That's 15th most since that year. He has been a very good player, and I can't wait to see what he does in year 3. Year 3 is known as the breakout year, and if he gets even better, don't be surprised if Maxx Crosby finds himself a nice, healthy extension because he definitely deserves it. Now, something that I want you guys to be able to go ahead and do is if you have any questions about anything you ever see on a show, always hit me up on IG, at MitchellRens365. I always tell people to follow me there, ask me questions because it's always difficult to get to know you guys through a YouTube show. I mean, it's just the truth. But I can get to know you a lot better. And you can also get to know me a lot better through Instagram. So that's why I tell people to hit me up. So hopefully you go ahead and do so. The number 1 player, the best contract on the Raiders, it's probably not too much of a secret. It's Darren Waller. And I'd even make the argument that Darren Waller has one of the best contracts in the entire National Football League. When he signed his extension, it was a 3-year extension worth like $27 million. So his entire contract, technically, 4 years, $29.8 million. $6.4 million is what this man is going to make in 2021. And if I'm being real, he probably deserves almost double that. Not going to say triple, but it's pretty damn close. He's the 10th highest paid tight end based on contract average. 10th highest. There's not better tight. There might be one, maybe 2 tight ends better than Darren Waller, but he's definitely top 3. Over the last 2 seasons, 2019, 2020, he's just continuing to get better and better. Target numbers going up, receptions going up, yards went up. Touchdowns is where he made the biggest leap forward, and then the first downs. That's a really nice number there. If you guys know, spam, go ahead, 69 down there in the comments. But Darren is definitely regarded as one of the best players. How he wasn't included in PFF's top 50 players overall, well, shame on PFF. How about the most receiving yards by a tight end in 2020? There were 2 guys, and it really wasn't close. If you're wondering who my top 3 tight ends are, it's Travis Kelce, it's Darren Waller, it's George Kittle. Kittle was battling some injuries, but kind of like what I said about Nick Bosa, you need to be able to stay healthy to be a great tight end. Does that maybe give Darren Waller the edge over Kittle? Something to think about. If you want to talk about the most receptions in 2020, I mean, Waller's having just an incredible year. So, 107 grabs in 2020. I know what the graphic says. Travis Kelce had 105. Nobody else is even close. So, that just goes to show how phenomenal Darren Waller is. In terms of some honorable mentions in terms of contracts that didn't quite crack my top 5, but were really close, Josh Jacobs, you have to go ahead and mention him simply because this man is just absolutely phenomenal running between the tackles. Entering year 3, going to make $3 million this year. Yannick Ngakoue, 2-year, $26 million. I know some people didn't like the deal, but you're paying somebody who's had 8 sacks at least every single year in 5 straight years, only 8 or $13 million. That's a steal. John Brown, he's making less than $5 million. Nicholas Morrow's making $5 million, and then Kwiatkoski. All these are all my top Raiders contracts. But again, this show is about the top 5 deals. Here are the top 5 contracts for the Las Vegas Raiders heading into the 2021 season. I got Casey Hayward at number 5, Hunter Renfrow at number 4, Derek Carr at 3, Maxx Crosby at 2, and then Darren Waller. Those are my top 5 contracts. So before I go, I got a question for all y'all. Did you watch until the end? I used to do this a lot when I first started the show because, believe it or not, when you watch a video to the end, it helps me immensely. It tells YouTube that you guys enjoy my content. So if you made it this far, I want you to type N, and I'm going to give some love to the people that did end up watching it. And if you guys haven't already, go get yourself some Magic Spoon cereal. All right, Jack, let's get out of here.